Hello, sages. If you'd like to come on and have a seat for some symbolic support, my name is Steph. We are going to drop some ink made in your name and essence that we are going to scry for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. We're also going to add on some tarot or oracle. And where Mr. Ghost Gift is here, kick in, we have Ghost Tube for any audio additions from the afterlife that may further add to our auric adventures. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. And as always, please do receive or release freely. When you're ready, let's go. You know the drill. We are here to create a portal to perceive in, sages. And feel well to comment below what you see, sense, or feel. Drop an emoji. Any interactions with the channel is appreciated. Sages. Oh, okay. I hope you are doing well. Again, I feel like there's so much I'm supposed to say, but I never can seem to remember in the moment. So, alas. The first link below will be to the extended YouTube reading. If you want to become a member to get all the extendeds, plus a weekly message. I think that's about it. I don't know. Sages, when you're ready, if you'd like to close the eyes, take a nice deep breath. Cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of the Sagittarius Collective. Sages, thank you so much for being my muse, and may you meet a message with meaning. Oh, sorry. There we go. Yep. If you'd like to take a screenshot so you can scry in your own time. Interesting. Okay, let me dig in here. I also need to make my screen bigger because I still be blind. Something about fire. I feel like I'm working with fire. I'm also seeing like a jester, like a joker, like one of those, but not the joker, but a gesture. A jester and jesters. I'm also seeing something about, is it a swan? A swan? But my beak is stuck in something. My beak is stuck in a beaker. Swan science. Is that a thing? Swan science? I am in either a helicopter ride or air balloon ride. Do you know, if I could imagine seeing a flower, can I take what kind of flower would I like to assume this to be? Maybe we'll just take a lotus for simplicity's sake. And imagine you see a lotus on the lily pad, and then it starts to take off and fly up in the air. It becomes the vessel for flight. This water flower essence takes flight. It's exactly how I'm seeing it. I don't know how to make it any more clear. But you're here, so you're qualified to receive or release. Something about pears, like the fruit pear, and also a pair of people. I feel like we might have our heads turned away from each other, so maybe I'm not speaking to somebody right now, or I'm not really open to receive the front of their face. I just don't want to look at their face. But maybe that's something you're feeling, or maybe there's some sort of disagreement. I'm also seeing with the swan and the science, there's a part in the show, I think it's Cougar Town, and she gets her hand stuck in the peanut container because she's trying to get the salt and the sugar mix at the bottom. So I'm seeing that. Were you killed, love? We're so here for you if you would like to join us for Sagittarius Aura. Sages, there is an ant looking at me. Maybe you have an ant in spirit, may have been killed, or the work that you're doing. It's a lot of work. And you know how ants can lift or carry I don't know, a bajillion amounts more than like what their skeletal system can include. Imagine if an ant, you know how like we all say the ants had a picnic and like they could ruin the picnic. Now imagine if the ants were the size of the people and the people were the ants, annoying the picnic of the ants. No idea. No idea. Because this ant, or possibly spider, I may say, but I'm seeing it as an ant, is looking at all these people that inevitably are moving away. But this ant, this bug, this insect, is curious. Like a child would look at ants doing ant things. And it's like, well, I wasn't trying to scare you. But it's like, ah. And they flee. For some sages, there is a chance some of you might be doing work in whatever context, personal, professional, blah, 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 all the yada, 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 yadas. Whether it was inspired by the fire of anger and fury, or again with those two, the pairs not talking to each other and something angry. Maybe 6 months ago, 6 weeks, 6 years, 6 lifetimes. It's none of my business. It's not for me to say. But then I have here Spinner of Fate with Calathi, Destiny. Total Charlie's Angels, or... actually, you know who I'm seeing is TLC. Do you remember that group? Don't go chasing waterfalls. Something along that lines. And I feel like I am pressing something that... Okay. Sages. The jester is coming back in, so I'm having a sense of humor about something. Or I've had a sense of humor long enough about something. I feel very matter of fact. Sages are serious. You absolutely have a silly side that I can see, but I feel like that's had to revert, at least for some people, places, or things. They no longer have access to this. Either it's been over, maybe it's been abused in some way, shape, or form, that your patience has, it's just no more for them. And I'm not speaking to that person, place, or thing. Possibly, as always, an aspect of myself, and that's being reflected in, but nonetheless, here I am. The anger, the fire sparks something. There's this one thread that has just been wrapped up in my face. And I'm sorry that I'm being dramatic, but that's how it feels. It's like walking through a spider web, and I can't find the one spider web thing. It's like, but I've done it now. I'm with the lotus, and I'm taking flight. The fire that once might have been a fury for something, in some way, shape, or form, maybe I'm leaving a situation, or I'm deciding to move jobs, maybe you're moving homes, changing cars, or you're just simply deciding to shift your perspective to say, you know what, I've been listening to, so-and-so yammer on for years and years and years and years and years, and biting my tongue or holding back, and I'm just like, you know what, maybe gotta do a friend breakup. I don't know.
Suffocate.
It is definitely a feeling. By this one thread. But you've got a handle on it. You've actually been able to now take this thread of sorts and weave it to help the lotus take flight, because it's so strong. Like this invisible spider web silk is so strong, it helps you take flight. I don't know how else to say it. And you're spinning a new fate of this. If it's almost like I had to get angry enough and upset enough, even at what I've been agreeing to or allowing or tolerating, and that has been the catalyst for me to spin a new fate. And this new fate of sorts, if I may, feels like
west.
I can have my sense of humor back. You're going west. New beginnings, west. And then hilarious. New moon beginnings. Because this is what it is. I'm sailing. Come sail away. Come sail. There's a smile. And I'm happy to do so, but it's like you had to work through some sort of fury. You know what it also reminds me of it quickly in that moment? I felt you. I got the whole darn deck upside down. I remember when I was immersive in philosophy, and I think at one point in time I was like ready to lose my mind. Like, why are we all here? This is ridiculous. I can't. It's almost like at one point in time, because it was so immersive, whatever situation or person, place, or thing you're in. And there was a hunger. Not going to ignore that. Even when I was working with this older teacher, where he was working with me through that. And it's just like, and he had warned, he's like, you're going to want to lose your mind. And I'm like, probably, but it'll be fun. It wasn't fun. But to have somebody to coach me through that was so wonderful. And that's what it kind of feels like. And it inevitably moves through like this fire of fury into a fire that's fuel that can like turn my boat into, or my Lotus boat into a tugboat, into a ship, into a spaceship, into a rocket ship. That's what that fuel. And it feels like a steady fuel, not this. Feels love. Yeah, see, look at it. Even growth and pomegranate is on the bottom. And this is what it feels like I'm stepping into. Sages. The pomegranate. There's even these two faces in here. And they're right in here as well.
I told her.
And it's almost like I'm getting a bunch of beings. The work that I've done in some way, shape, or form, and there's like the big antis, if I may, and these big antis, and they're fleeing any sort of fleas in my mind, or even in my frequencies. Last card before we decide to move on to the extended. Sages, if you'd like to join us. It'll be the first YouTube video link below, second tier of the memberships. We have here Independence, Artemis. Yep. And then that's where you go. Persephone, your core work. And if there's like something in your belly that just wasn't sitting right, or you've just like kept eating it and I don't want to say like taking it in that way, but it's like finally telling somebody, I don't like this. Please stop making it for me. I don't like it. I used to like it. Or, it's like if you say something somewhere along the lines, it's like, oh, maybe you're into, ducks or birds or bears at some point in time, and everyone gifts you these bears or ducks. And it's like, okay, thank you. I'm, moving on. Growing up or changing different tastes, your third eye tastes are changing, but say just because you have like this 3-tier about it. It's like it pushes everything up. The work that you're doing, it's like the science of being spiritual, but you're doing it like a swan, and you will get the last remnants that you can out of a situation, person, place, or thing before you'll get your hand stuck in the bottom of the container. I'm not sure how. Don't get your hands stuck into the bottom of the container where the candy crack is, the salted and all that kind of stuff.
Cable.
Know when to retreat and out. Okay, sages. I'm going to head to the extend and we'll give this a flip for fresh possibilities. I'll see you on the other side, and if not, I'll see you again soon.